Hi everyone, welcome to Franka's Fab Family. I am Franka.
And I'm Aniya.
And this is my beautiful daughter. I'm so proud of her. She is smarter than me, faster than me, definitely more talented than I am. One time a family member said it this way: she is the daughter of a mother like me. If I had a mother like me growing up, this is exactly how she would have turned out. So even though I grew myself into this woman, I went through a lot of struggles in life. And I'm telling you, parents out there, if you fix yourself, especially when you first have children, the younger they are, you start to change and develop yourself. Your children will make you so proud. And I mean, not for you, for them. You will help them bring out their best self. And it's just an amazing experience. I'm so proud of her. When she came back over this summer, she's almost as tall as I am. She can fit into a good bit of my clothes. So sometimes she raids my closet. And she loves to cook. She loves to help around the house. And she is a wonderful female version of myself. So great job, Aniya.
Thank you.
I'm very, very proud of her. What are we doing today?
So today we are going to make my favorite meal. It's stewed chicken and white rice.
Stewed chicken and white rice. We are going to do it Trini style. We are going to brown the sugar. I know a lot of Caribbean countries use what is called browning, but we actually brown the sugar. We burn the sugar and then we do the stewed chicken, and we're going to do that with some basmati rice. And if you've been watching the show, you know I love to feed them vegetables. So even in the white rice, I normally put some type of vegetable in it, even if I grate a carrot or I grate something in it from as young as I can remember with them, because it allows them to get used to the flavors of vegetables and stuff, even in their white rice, right? You ready?
Yes.
Let's get started.
The ingredients you will need are 2 cups of peas and carrots, 1 cup of green seasoning, 2 potatoes, a half a cup of brown sugar, some twigs of thyme, a teaspoon of clove, a teaspoon of cinnamon, a teaspoon of pepper flakes, and a tablespoon of adobo.
You're also going to need your chicken and rice. We have 4 cups of basmati rice. 4 cups might seem like a lot, which is a lot. However, on the second day of rice, I normally make egg fried rice. So I'm going to show you hopefully how we do that tomorrow. But today we're going to cook 4 cups of rice. And with the stewed chicken, many Caribbean and African dishes, we cook our meat on the bone. So as you would have seen, if you look at how to clean chicken, or my video on the chicken pot pie when I showed you how I broke down 3 whole chickens, this will be the parts of like the drumstick, the back, the breastbone that still have some bone in it, and all the parts of the chicken that still have bone in it, but it still has meat on it. We normally make a stew, and in this case, we're making stewed chicken. So these are all the parts of one of the whole chickens, or 2 of the whole chickens just cut up. So if you're not going to use the parts with the bones, I would say just take maybe 2 chicken breasts, 2 or 4 chicken thighs, and then you take it off the bone or you leave it on the bone. But this is roughly about the amount, about a half a chicken. If I wanted to put a quantity on it outside of the bone, so I would say a half a chicken or a whole chicken. These ingredients will serve that just the same way. So you ready to start cooking, Aniya?
Yes. Now we are going to season our chicken. Now we are going to add our dry seasoning. So now we're going to cover our chicken and let it marinate in the refrigerator for an hour or more.
Okay everyone, now I'm going to show you how to do the burned chicken. Again, hi June Smith, this is one of my viewers. I have to shout out to her because she's quick to remind me that this is not how we do it, or sometimes someone else does it differently. So this is another way that we do it differently. I grew up with my mom always putting oil and then the sugar to burn together. But again, I try to minimize calories. Remember, health is very important to sustain life and to help teach your children how to live their best life. So wherever I can cut calories, I will do so. So I learned that if you put the brown sugar, or you put white sugar, but I prefer it with brown sugar. It has, I think it burns better, and you'll see what I mean by that in a minute. So I will put the sugar in a dry pan and it will burn the same way, you know, without all the extra oil. And the chicken has a natural oil that it releases. If the chicken has any fat in it, or if you leave your skin on, I normally take the skin off of all of my chicken, or at least most of it except for the wings. And it will release its own oils and its own juices. So again, we have to understand that everyone can cook the same meal, the same titled meal, like lasagna or spaghetti or chicken or baked chicken or barbecue chicken or a vegan meal or whatever, but everyone can do it just a little bit differently. It doesn't mean that it's wrong, it doesn't mean that it's bad, it's just a different way of doing it. So try it this way. You don't have to necessarily put all that extra oil in the pan, and you will see how it comes out just the same. The storm is picking up. It's starting to rain just a little bit. The children are still home. Game is back there doing some practice work, and Aniya and I are doing the videos, and Luke is back there on cameras. So I want all of you to know that these videos, especially with the cooking videos, aside from us maybe dressing up a little bit more, I'm actually cooking dinner with the kids. We're really cooking dinner. Today is dinner. This is what we're having for dinner. So we are just turning it into a video so you can see that you can do these things at home, right? So let's get cooking. Right. So you'll put the brown sugar. It'll take a couple minutes. You'll normally see this happen when people are making it a caramelization, and they will say, don't burn the sugar. But actually, we burn the sugar because it should not taste sweet. So you'll see. So, and like I said, you see, it'll start to do the same thing. And I didn't have to add oil. It's good to do this so you get all the sugar at the bottom. I'm gonna get you guys the browning. This is browning. You may see that in a lot of Jamaican meals. It's the same thing, but it's already pre-made for you. But we make it. I'm just gonna show you how to make it. This goes really quickly. So once it gets from, I'm going to show you, once it starts to bubble up, you're going to see on the sides where there was a little less sugar, it starts to get dark. This will give you a really nasty burn, so don't do this with the children. Don't let the children do this, rather, until they're quite comfortable. I'm gonna let it go a little bit more. My mother used to do this. She would stir this. I will let it go a little bit more. The darker it is, the darker your chicken is gonna go. And she used to take this and put it on the chicken. So you will see how dark your chicken is gonna come out, right? So when it starts to bubble up like this, you see it's now a darker color. You are not going to have that sweet flavor. This is perfect. So you start to put in the chicken. Then you stir. all of your chicken. And now you did a really good job seasoning up this chicken.
Thank you.
You see, and I didn't have to add oil in the pan. So you leave this on to medium or high, medium to high heat for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then we will check on it. We'll cover it, we'll set it and forget it. After about 5 minutes, when your chicken comes to a boil, you would open it and stir again, making sure now all of the chicken have received all of that wonderful browning. If I let the chicken, the sugar burn darker till it's like a much darker color, this chicken will be darker, but this is fine. Once you start doing this more and more, you will get used to it. You have to remember too, chicken on the bone takes more time to cook than chicken that's not on the bone, right? So this whole thing is going to take about a half an hour, 45 minutes to cook. As you can see, it's starting to release all of its juices. So now I will lower the fire down to more of a low to medium instead of medium to high heat and let it start to cook. And I am going to start to prepare the rice with Aniya. And now we're going to wash our rice. Wash your rice, people, but I have a life hack for you with the rice. You're going to put your rice in a large bowl. This is our filtered reverse osmosis drinking water. So it's not tap water. The system is underneath and on the building, right? So we are going to wash our rice, but here is a life hack. I used to buy the artificial flower blossom hormone things for my plants, but they are very bad for the plants. After you will get these wonderful blossoms and stuff, I will show you in another video, it puts the plant in like a shock. So I started to research on how to naturally feed your plants, give the roots the nutrients, the flowers, and I started a small vegetable garden, and I started food finally. I'm starting to grow food. I have 2 lime trees, I have a couple pineapple trees and things like that. So rice water is an amazing high protein liquid nutrient to feed your plants. So I don't throw away my rice water anymore. Okay, I've literally washed this 4 cups of rice 8 times. So you can see the water now is clear. It's not that murky white like when we started. I've washed off as much as the starch I can, or just wash the rice. So again, if you see over here, I have a big pot of rice water. My plants absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. So when I cook, they get some of my yumminess as well. So I'm going to rinse and drain this last batch, and then I'm going to feed my plants, and Aniya is going to start cooking the rice. This is my orange plant, and as you can see, I have green onions here. This is a lily. I have some radishes back there that I'm growing. They're all gonna get 2 cups of rice water. Gabriel, get that bucket of rice water for me. We have a wonderful pineapple. Look how big this is. It's huge. I think it's gonna bear soon. She gets. And then I have 2 pineapples growing right there. And this is my beautiful baby lime tree. You see, she has 2 huge limes, almost the size of my hands. And all I do is feed them all of this yumminess. So even though it's raining, but they're getting delicious rice water. Look, like that has another pineapple in there. This is my wonderful seasoning. This is called Big Time. I grew this beauty from, I had a little slip like maybe this big, and just taking care of it. I will cut off some leaves and put it in my green seasoning. So this is called Big Time. It's from the islands.
Hey Manny, I have a question.
Go ahead.
What can you do with that plant?
This plant is actually not only seasoning, but it's really good for cramps. If you have a young lady or yourself at home and you get a lot of menstrual cramps, you can boil some of the leaves, about 4 to 6, and make tea, and it's really good for that as well. This is one of my hibiscus plants. It has a beautiful pink rose flower. I will pick the flowers. The flowers only last for 1 day, so I will enjoy them on the plant, and in the evening I will pick the flowers, if you can get 4 or 5 flowers, and I will boil the flowers, and then I will put it in a spray bottle and add some clove to it, and I will spray my hair. Sometimes I will even boil the flower and take a cotton ball and I will put it on my face, so that would also be part of my beauty regimen. And here we have the wonderful aloe vera. Aloe vera is amazing. I put this on my skin, my hair, with the aloe vera can. I have some peppers growing, and I have a yellow and orange hibiscus plant back there as well. And you have to forgive me. These beauties here, I don't know their name. My neighbor, they had just overgrown in her yard, so she was sharing. And I went and I picked up 3 slips, but I've been taking really good care of them. And in no time, they started sending out shoots. Beautiful red flower. I am going to find the name of this plant, so forgive me. If you know the name of it, put it in the comment section. And I'm sure Aniya is ready. Her water must be boiling to the rice, so let's get back in and start cooking. It's starting to rain.
To cook the rice, use the directions on the rice package. In a pot of boiling water, add a little bit of salt to taste. And then when you're done, add all the other ingredients. On high heat, let the water come up to a boil. When the rice starts to boil, cover it and put it on a low heat for 20 minutes.
Our chicken has been going for 45 minutes now. It's pretty much done. So this is the last stage. You will boil, you will stir. This now is, I added about 3/4 of a cup of water in the pan. Remember the pan that was holding the chicken? We recycle everything. Remember, it still had all the seasoning and everything in there. So you don't have to wash that out. You will add your water to that pan so you can put flavored water in it. Right? Then we will add the thyme. We will add the potatoes. You just peel the potatoes, dice the potatoes. Another hack as well, when I'm doing a lot of potatoes, even when I'm doing a little bit, potatoes, carrots, anything starchy, I will boil that water. No salt or anything, and I will let it cool, and I will feed my plants with it too. The plants love potato water. So I will add that, and then I will stir it one more time to make sure that the potatoes are submerged, and I'll give it another 15 minutes covered, but this time on low heat, and your chicken is done. By the time this is done, your rice will be done, and we are ready for dinner. Dinner's ready. Dinner is ready. Let's serve the plates, Aniya. Great job, Aniya.
Thank you. You did an awesome good job.
Thank you, Aniya. You see, so we can actually cook yummy meals every single day for your kids. Healthy meals, decent portion sizes. If you notice when I portioned out the rice, the big bowl with rice, Aniya likes white rice. So, say that again?
I love white rice.
She loves white rice. So you would serve the portions depending on the children's liking. Luke wanted more meat, so his plate will have more meat. Aniya's had more rice. Gabe probably liked more potatoes, so you will serve the children accordingly, but within reason. Sometimes the children might be more hungry. I always tell my kids, wait 20 minutes, and if you're still hungry in 20 minutes after that, you will get your water or your beverage, and then if you're still hungry, then you can get a second serving. We must, as parents, control and help to control our children's weight and help to regulate it. It's not about body shaming, it's about helping your children develop the best possible weight for them, for their age, for their body functions. All of this processed food, overeating and everything, it is doing our people and mankind a big injustice. You cannot overeat, and you definitely can't just eat an enormous amount of junk food. It doesn't feed their bodies, it doesn't feed their skin, it doesn't feed their hair, and it doesn't allow them to process and learn as effectively as if they were eating hot, healthy meals. So, Aniya, pass out the food, and then we're gonna call your brothers.